Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing a quick little breakdown on GBPUSD last night, the position that I had took during London. So some things that I do want to point out, especially on the lower time frame when I did take this entry because I was looking at the lower time frame. However, there was also a higher time frame narrative that was present at the time as well because prior to this buy position, I was actually in some sell scalps, and I actually ended up closing a sell scalp in profit. It didn't hit my full TP, obviously, because I didn't like how it was looking as far as price action. I didn't see any lows being broken on the higher time frame, especially the 5 and 15. So I didn't like that already. And I dropped down to the 3 minute, 1 minute time frame, and I saw willingness to go bullish potentially. And then from that, I was able to create that higher time frame narrative that, okay, we could potentially push bullish. So I am on the 3 minute time frame right now, and the reason why I'm on the 3 minute is because sometimes on the 1 minute price can look very very choppy, especially when there's wicks and a ton of consolidation. So I like to go back and forth between the 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute, whichever is looking a lot clearer to me. Sometimes the 3 minute gives me a lot of mental clarity that the 1 minute does not. And it's a nice balance between the 1 and the 5 minute. If you haven't used the 3 minute, maybe start trying it because there is times where I will get a better entry on the 3 minute than the 1 minute. So I want to kind of show you guys how I found my trading range, especially like on the 3 minute and 1 minute. But like I said, we'll just keep it here because it's a lot cleaner. So we can see that price is pretty choppy. So the reason why I did choose this low and this high as my trading range is because whenever you're having a tough time, I know that some of you guys are having a tough time finding trading ranges, but just keep practicing. You'll eventually spot them. They're super easy. And if you have, if you're really struggling, you should click on the line chart because it's a lot more easier to see um, the true highs and lows on a line chart. So if we do go to the line chart, this is how I was able to identify the high and the low in the trading range. So we can see that both the high and the low had took liquidity and broke structure in the opposite directions, right? So we see liquidity being cleared here and it formed our low. Came back up and it created all this consolidation within the middle, and then this was our previous high, and what happened was price went ahead and cleared this high, and this was our liquidity that it did clear, and we created a new high. Okay, so and we obviously broke structure in the opposite direction, right? And we broke structure this way, so this would be our current trading range. So this is what I was kind of looking at to get entry at. And let's go back to the candles here, and then when we do look closely, we can also see that price had also taken liquidity right here on the 3 minute, and this is, where the entry point was. We went ahead and cleared liquidity right here, and we stayed patient because, like I said, this entire area here was, complete consolidation. And you're probably also wondering, and this is something that I do want to explain as well. So you're probably wondering, okay, well, why didn't it clear this liquidity, right? Because all of this is wicks right here to the left. So the reason why price decided to clear here instead of these wicks is this is how I look at it as. So I look at it as, shoot, okay. I look at it as this low, right, already had took all of this liquidity, right? This low also broke structure. And remember, I was telling you guys what makes a low or a high strong is when we clear liquidity and we break structure, which this low did, right? We cleared liquidity and we also broke structure multiple times. And when that happens, that is showing us that this low then becomes strong. And when it becomes strong, it means that price will not take that low out. We will be respecting that low. Okay, so that happened right there, which is why price never came back down to take that low out because it's actually a strong low. Okay, and it's going to be the same for this previous low right here. What happened? We cleared liquidity here just by the tip, and we also broke structure multiple times here. And this low actually broke this previous high. So this means that this is strong. We created that new high for the trading range, which means that this low is strong. Okay, so I really want you guys to see how important it is when you're identifying a strong low or a strong high, because you want to understand that those lows and those highs will give you that confidence to take on a trade, because you know that they should not get ran through. Okay, that should give you more of a confidence in your trading that this position won't get ran through. I mean, of course, the market can still do whatever it wants, but this is why we also use appropriate risk and trade management while we are executing. So because we know that this low is now strong, this is what happens, right? We have an entry, right? So we could have entered down here for this buy. That would have been a really nice entry, right? This could have been a good entry. But I was also watching last night as price was happening, and I wasn't exactly too sure because price was actually pushing pretty hard during price action. It had this nice push to the downside, and it was just too much volume for me to really trust that it was going to hold here, although it was a strong low. I wanted to see exactly what was going to happen, so I just went ahead and waited. And you can definitely be patient when it comes to that. Again, this is the lower time frame, so you don't need to get in as soon as possible. You could have also waited for a higher time frame confirmation, especially also on the 5 minute. But I personally decided to wait, and I went ahead and waited, and I saw that there was a nice reaction around that after liquidity had been taken, and price went ahead and created a bullish engulfing candle. So let me go on the 1 minute time frame now. It created a nice bullish engulfing candle, and it created two of those. So it created this engulfing candle here to push to the upside. And I also wanted to wait for extra confirmation. Sometimes I am very risky depending on the situation and depending how market structure is looking. But like I said, because I was unsure of whether or not the previous low was going to get taken out, I decided to personally wait. So I went ahead and waited, and also knowing that there was GBP news last night as well. So you wanted to be cautious when there's news, events, and anything like that. So I waited till there was that bullish engulfing candle, but I also wanted to wait till this high got broken, okay, which it did. So we went ahead and if we play this high got broken. So after this high got broken, especially by another bullish engulfing candle, that was enough confirmation for me to get into the trade. Now, I normally do set limits. So you could have set a limit here, because I believe that price, after we broke this structure, price did come back down. So there could have also been a limit set here at this price. But after price broke that structure, I actually just went ahead and bought during market execution. But I do believe that price does come back down. So if you wanted, you could have also had a buy limit waiting right here. I think it comes back down. Yeah, see, it comes back down. So price did come back down. So you could have set a limit here, and then bam, all the way to hit TP. And this was definitely more than a 10 pip TP that I normally go for, but because I knew that news was coming up, I did go ahead and just let the candle push, because I knew it was going to be a huge push anyways. But yeah, this is the entire trade breakdown. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Actually, one more thing before I do finish this video, I do also want to show the 1 hour. So before this move even happens, I also want to show you guys. I'm going to clear everything. Sorry, I'm on my iPad. But I do want to show you guys, before this move even happens, this is what I mean by building a higher time frame narrative, because we see that price had pushed up, right? But before it pushed up here, look at all these lows. None of it got broken. So we have to also recognize it on the higher time frame, right? Like, we can't just look at this and think, okay, price broke structure like regular structure, right? So if we're looking at this as regular market structure, we would assume because price broke here, it's going to come down for a retest somewhere here to grab this liquidity and continue up. Okay, eventually it will do that, but like I said, price is not going to always do what you want it to do. We need to pay attention to price action. So because there was no volume going down bearish or even taking out any of these lows, even on the lower time frame, that to me already spoke a lot, especially being on the 1 hour time frame, that this would continue to push bullish. So Let me know if you guys have any other questions about this trade breakdown. I can do a lot more breakdowns in any trades that I do take and post on my Telegram. You guys just need to ask, but hopefully this makes sense.